17th Circuit Judge Frank Liddy ruled recently on October 24th that the state's age restriction is unconstitutional, writing in a 9-page ruling that Florida's prohibition on the concealed carry of firearms strips a class of legal adults their ability to exercise the very right the Constitution guarantees. Liddy further wrote that Florida's overbroad restriction on the concealed carry of firearms by 18 to 20-year-olds violates the Second Amendment. Also recently, on September 10th, Florida's first DCA ruled the state's open carry ban unconstitutional in McDaniels versus State of Florida. Colleges and universities are open environments, making it difficult to prevent unauthorized individuals from bringing weapons onto campuses. Campus bans only disarm law-abiding citizens, leaving them vulnerable and do not stop criminals who ignore such laws. Students for Concealed Carry Group suggests that in states with campus carry laws, there has been no documented increase in violence. The peer-reviewed 2025 study found no significant changes in crime rates following permissive campus carry laws in Texas, Georgia, and Arkansas. Gun-free zones are soft targets for mass shootings. They argue that not infringing on their rights by legally allowing individuals to carry weapons would act as a deterrent to would-be attackers and allow potential victims to defend themselves. Law-abiding citizens should have the right to defend themselves even on college campuses. Ted Roush, ex-superintendent over in Suwannee County, he initiated the Guardian program. I don't know if that happens in Columbia County. If not, I hope that they'll check into that, because it's a good start, not a total solution. Remember, almost always, it's the good guy with a gun that stops a bad guy with a gun. And my question to you, Senator Bradley, even though both you and Senator Corey Simon were elected by very strong supporters of the Second Amendment, it is known that you and Senator Simon choosing to not attend and to not vote on the 2025 Campus Carry Bill, SB 814, is what caused the bill to die. It is also known that your decision to not fulfill your obligation to represent your constituents and to vote on SB 814 prevents law-abiding adults while attending colleges to legally exercise their God-given right declared in our Second Amendment. So, Senator, my question is, do you regret causing the campus carry bill to fail? And would you explain why it was that you chose to abandon your post and not vote on SB 814 earlier this year? And if you had to do it over again today, what would you do differently and why?
Thank you for being here. Appreciate your time. There was no House companion even filed to that bill, but thank you for being here.
So
anybody else
I have a question for the representative.
I think you've made...
Go ahead. I'm not here to answer questions,
but go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, my statement is, Representative Brannon, you're responsible for killing HB 103 by not allowing it.
Not true.
Not true.
Sir?
Not true. Moses, I'll say this to you. You are consistent. You always come to meetings and spew all types of information that is incorrect.
Just not true.
It's not correct, not true. Senator Bradley said the best thing she could explain as far as the legislative process works at the beginning of this meeting. Don't get all riled up about bills at the beginning of session. Lots of bills are filed. It's very hard to get the yes. That's why we have a legislature. That's why people elect legislators. That's why we have a bicameral legislature. They have to pass both parts of the House. So it's easy to stand at a microphone and say this and say that, but it is very hard to pass legislation. There are 40 senators and 120 state legislators. That's 160 people. Okay, so that's the way the process works, and with that, I'll close.
Yep. Anybody else here that wants to speak that hasn't had an opportunity to speak? All right. Any final comments?
I appreciate